I'm going to start off by saying that, in short, I hate people. More specifically, I hate performing in front of people. I hate the idea of it, I hate the act of it, and I just hate it. People are just clueless. See, ever since I was young, I was a performer. I would do magic tricks, I would sing, I'd dance, I'd act, I'd play music for people. Didn't matter if it was for a small crowd, a large crowd, or just me. I would perform. But when you're young, you don't really have any pride to tarnish, so it doesn't matter how much or how little you embarrass yourself. The older I got, the more performing became a serious thing, and something I became scared of. In middle school, I joined band, and you do 3 concerts a year, so you kind of become desensitized to doing concerts after a while. But within that setting, you're able to hide behind all 100 other members in the band. Once high school hit, I started playing in smaller groups and bands where I was more exposed, and that was terrifying. You know, when you're in middle school, playing with 100 other kids who are just as bad at their instruments as you are, in front of their parents that are going to support you through anything, it's not as bad. But in high school, when you're in front of your peers and other people of the public, oh, it gets a lot tougher. Last summer of 2019, I started my own band. 4 of us. My friends Elon, Adam, and Stone. Together, collectively, we are the Biased Jazz Experiment. Shameless plug. If you watch me play in smaller groups, I probably have my sunglasses on. Granted, it's so I can't see you, but mostly so you can't see my eyes. Because under the glasses, my eyes are closed. By closing my eyes, I don't have to perform in front of anyone. I don't have to be judged by anyone. I can just play for myself and be in my own zone and just play. It wasn't until this past year where I realized my fear of playing in front of people and performing was completely irrational. At the worst gig of my musical career. February 7th, 2020. What a day. All of our gear was packed into my car and Adam's van, and we were off. Thing is, Adam left before me, and I had a bad feeling in my gut. Tried following close behind, but I was not fast enough. Obviously. As soon as I pulled into the parking lot, I parked, I opened my trunk, I started unloading my gear, and then I just heard a loud thud and a ringing noise. All that I could think in my head was, oh shit. Every bit of me did not want to turn around. I knew that something bad had happened, and I just did not want to see that right before a gig. But then I realized I didn't see Adam when I pulled in. And so I turned around, and there he was. He started sitting up, the dazed look in his eyes, and blood just streaming down his face and forming a puddle in front of him. We all thought he might have broken his nose, his arm, his head, something just bad. But we tried to keep level head. No pun intended. So we went to the ER, and that left Elon, Stone, and me to play the gig on our own. Jazz trio without any bottom, left to arrange and rewrite 4 songs 15 minutes before we had to play. Needless to say, it was awful. To the 3 of us, that was the worst gig that any of us had ever played, and probably the worst playing we have done in front of an audience, considering our musical abilities. We just wanted to get it over with as fast as possible. We wanted nothing to do with that gig. We all hated being there. We didn't want to be there without Adam playing with us, and it sucked.
I know. No, I'm overseeing now. And my nose might be broken. They're going to do x-rays. And I felt backwards in my head. Fell on my arm. So they're going to do x-rays on my nose and my arm.
After a gig, people come up to you and say, great job, man, that was awesome. Or, fantastic, that was fantastic. But it all sounds like pity compliments in the moment, because you've been practicing all that music for however many months, and then you do that. In the end, there was one man who changed my whole perspective on the event. After the gig, he talked with me, Stone, and Adam. Elon, not Adam. Elon. Adam went home. He wasn't doing well, but we knew that already. Basically, what I got out of it, in short, is that as musicians, our job is to provide music, entertainment, and an experience to an audience. They don't know every little intricacy of every note, every song, everything that you've played. They don't know. They just know that they came to see us play. And that's what they did. They got to see us play. We provided them with that experience. Our experience. And in that moment, all of those pity compliments that were given earlier became a realization and an inspiration to me that I shouldn't be afraid of playing in front of people. I don't know why I am. It's all in my own head, because in the end, people don't know. So, like, how's your nose doing, buddy?
My nose is doing fine, except for it's chronically bleeding like it always does.
There we go. Nosebleeds upon nosebleeds.